Fastball, curveball, strike three. Walk off, crowd loud, big swing. Playoffs, wild card, game on. Gloves pop, bats crack all day. Step in, swing big, don't stop. You're in the batter's box.
Howdy, fellas. Welcome back. Howdy, folks. Not howdy, fellas. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to episode 8 of season 3 of the Batter's Box podcast.
Let's go. Let's go. Welcome, everybody. This is the last division preview episode before the season starts. So I'm excited. Excited for the season to get rolling. We got a long one ahead. They're always fun. 162, you know how it is. I'm ready to go.
Yep. And just, word of advice, don't overreact 2 to 3 games in, first couple series.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, some players some players and teams it takes a little bit to kind of get back into that
Yeah.
swing again. And do not overreact if your team isn't, performing, well. So
Yeah. Julio Rodriguez, known slow starter, who we'll talk about.
yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna hop in here.
AL
Just
West, let's get into it.
yeah. Start off with my standings. I have the Mariners in first, Rangers in second, Athletics in third, Astros in fourth, and then Angels in last place there. Um Mariners, I just think they're kind of gonna run away with this thing. But honestly, Rangers can make a run for it, dude. Um I think Rangers are gonna kind of have that shoot, man. If like you could put most improved team, I think it's you're looking at the Astros in terms of like where they were 2 years ago when they are now. Um, I think they're gonna get a good level of production from their offense more than they did last year, so that's why I have them in second, but they could easily get to third, I think.
Fair. Yeah. Mine my projection looks a little bit different, but mostly the same. I also have the Mariners at the top. You know, they won the division last year. This is a team that is definitely trending in the right direction. Key signings, they got Naylor back. I mean, they almost made it to the World Series last year, just one game away. So, a team that's going in the right direction. I think this is their division to lose. At the same time, this is a very good division. So there's going to be a lot of competitive teams here. So I have the Rangers at second. They only won 81 games last year, perfect 500. But I think they take a big step up with signings like Mackenzie Gore, who we'll talk about later. Um,
That was
and
that was a trade.
yes, 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 big trades. Um, their pitching staff is looking pretty good. So if the bats step up like we know they can, they'll be a good team. I have the Astros in third. It was tough for me to pick a third place team between the A's and the Astros. I know you had the A's in third. I think that A's team is very good, but I also think the Astros team is very good. Um, and the Astros have a lot more experience, and I that's kind of how I gave them the leg up there. But that A's team is definitely coming for this division
Yeah,
um,
that
in
A's
the
offense,
future.
man, it's good. And I think this division is filled with a bunch of teams that are like 1 or 2 years away from making pretty serious playoff runs.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, maybe not the Angels as much as, the
yeah. You
Rangers
know,
or
we
A's
got
in
the
my
Angels in
opinion.
fifth.
But
A's are very good.
and I
Yeah,
think your Jordan Alvarez is going to be a guy for the Astros. It's going to kind of make or break. I think he's the captain. Well, yeah, I guess you could say Correa or Jose Altuve, but when it comes to like the MVP of your team and like a guy that's going to lead that team, I think you're looking at Jordan Alvarez there for sure.
yeah, yeah. So I got the Astros in third, A's in fourth, and then Angels in fifth.
Now the Angels can still have a great year. Like that's
Yeah,
not. I just think this is a really really good division, and unfortunately, you kind of look at how their roster stacks up to these other teams in this division, and I just don't think they.
yeah. It
Um,
feels similar to the NL East when we talked about them in a lot of ways, where like we had top four teams, very good. And then kind of the Nationals were just at the bottom. In the same way, like Nationals talented, Angels talented. Just I don't think they have much of a competitive chance against some of these other teams
Yeah.
this year, at least. Going forward, for sure, but we'll see how it goes.
Now it also depends on what Mike Trout you get. Do you get
This is true.
if you get a healthy Mike Trout, I mean, um, I don't know. You just kind of it's almost like a 2019 Masters situation with Tiger Woods. It's like somebody who knows that much about the golf course, and it's just like that's Tiger Woods. Um,
Yeah,
that like having that much knowledge about the game. If you're Mike Trout, if you're healthy, it's just like only a matter of time before um, you make an impact. And I think if he can give them like not even, of course, you can't go back to prime Mike Trout, but just give him 140 games. Give the Angels 140
yeah,
games.
just a full season.
At least that's somebody in like a pretty decent lineup now. If you think about it, with Adele having a breakout year last year, and then Zach
Yeah,
Neto and stuff like that. Now you're looking at like a couple of guys here, and an average, yeah, I would say an average lineup.
yeah,
But if Trout's playing well, man, don't give him a low fastball because it's just gonna, you know, he's known to be a very good golfer apparently. So,
yeah.
um,
Everybody's seen that
yeah.
Top Golf video at the very least.
Oh my goodness. Um, so yeah, no, I think the Angels can be good, not good, but okay.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I see him maybe 78, 80 wins at the ceiling, uh, 71, 72 at the floor.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited to watch this division. It's gonna be a fun one. I think all the way up, all the way down. So
Yeah. And with the A's again, it's kind of like the lineup is really good. It's just the
yes,
the pitching, right?
yeah. The
But also,
pitching is not quite there.
yeah. But also you have surprises. Like you have surprises every year that I didn't know that guy had it like that, right?
Yeah,
Um, and so you kind of just get a couple of guys who win a couple of games in a row and you kind of gain some momentum and a lot of these guys play higher than their ability, if that makes sense. It's like
yeah. I
um
mean, as for surprises, I think the entirety of last year was kind of a surprise. I don't think anybody expected them to be competitive in the slightest last year, after the 2023-2024 stretch that they had.
yeah.
But then
Yeah, I
the
mean,
young guys
but
came out.
then exactly. So you had Nick Kurtz come up, and then gives it like he gives you some momentum, and then you kind of get
Yeah,
going a little bit, and um, like that can happen with these young teams. Just give them some momentum, and so um, I think you're right. It's like Astros had that experience over the A's, but I think in the long run,
yeah,
um, like young momentum is going to carry them over the Astros. But I mean, you can. These are going to be third and fourth place right here. Whether or not it's A's Astros or Astros A's.
yeah.
Uh, but let's get into the team MVPs here. For the
Yes, sir.
Mariners, I have Julio
That
Rodriguez.
boy J Rod.
I think he's gonna carry over a really, really great second half. You kind of mentioned he was a slow starter, so maybe not, um, right away, but what is this? It's like his fourth or fifth year now, I think, in the league.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Um, so it's kind of that time to step up and uh, lead a
Yeah, this will
team.
be
And I
this will be
just
his
think
fifth
like,
year.
yeah, I just think his defense is so good. Um, that um, like he has the ability to be like an 8.5, 9 more player, in my opinion, this year.
Yeah, I think at least for me, when I think about Julio, one of the most impressive things is that everybody talks about like how slow he starts in the first like 2 months, until the All Star break, and then he just goes like nuclear in the second half of the season. But at the same time, he's made the All Star 3 of his 4 seasons. He's put up over 4 WAR every season, and if we're considering him a second half player, like you think he's doing all of that in the second half? Imagine if we got like 2 second halves from him instead of that slow start in the first half. He could be like a 10 war player and go win an MVP and no one could stop
Yeah.
him. He's got that
Yeah.
kind of talent. So we just got to see the consistency.
Yeah. And I think also like early on in the year, it's difficult to kind of find that motivation and like, especially starting on the road. Like if you're starting on the road, it's very, very difficult.
Yeah. As we can move on to my MVP here. I thought about putting the entire Mariners pitching staff, but I narrowed it down to just Brian Wu. I think he can be kind of the ace of this staff, although there are a lot of ace caliber pitchers on this staff. I mean, we saw last year a little bit of a breakout. Him having a 4.2 WAR season, just really, really good. Fifth in Cy Young votings, his first All Star nod. 15 wins. 15 plus wins. You don't see quite as much. I feel like these days. Um, just pitchers not throwing that much. But just a really good season from him last year, and I think he carries that over into this year. I think the bats stay hot for
And
them.
the health is a big thing for me. It's like you see a
Yeah,
lot of these Mariners guys that have had like injuries in the past, and I think Brian Wu is just somebody that you can rely on to go out there and pitch you 30 plus games there. And so
yeah,
I think that makes you an ace caliber regardless of the numbers you put up. But
yeah. No,
um,
absolutely.
plus,
He upped his innings from 2024 too. 186 innings last year, 121 the year before. So he's getting used more, but also like staying healthy,
yeah,
keeping sub 3 ERA, which you love to see from anybody in your rotation. So yeah, I think he just really continues that momentum and is kind of the heart and soul of that staff. But the staff as a whole is very talented, one of the best staffs in the MLB.
yeah. Uh, for the Rangers, I have Corey Seager as my team MVP. Um, pretty self-explanatory. He's just Corey Seager.
Yep.
Um, like he has the opportunity to go out and win an MVP, like an AL MVP, let alone a team MVP. Um, I just think he's the leader in that offense, the leader in that clubhouse. Um, and if the Rangers can get to the postseason again, he's just somebody that just eh, he locks in the postseason. He locks in post come season time. So, um, like he to me, like put a C. I talk about like captains a whole lot, but
Mm-hmm.
like put a C on his jersey, to be honest, dude. Um,
Yep.
yeah, maybe he hasn't been there for long enough to do that, but he's just such a leader and just such a professional hitter. Not afraid to, attack first pitch too. So like if he sees a fastball first pitch, he's swinging at that. And like that's what but he's also patient. So like he'll swing at that first pitch if it's there, but then like be able to work it through 2 count and stuff like that. Like more than
Yeah.
best. So
Yeah.
and his defense is better than people think it is. Um so I think he's gonna lead this team to an 80 plus win season for sure.
Yeah.
Possibly up to that you know, upper 80s and um middle to upper 80s, I say.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, Seager definitely on paper, uh, is the most productive hitter in that lineup, I would say. When you're going down, preparing to play the Rangers, you're like, all right, got to prepare to face Seager. I mean, we've seen what kind of career he's had so far, and so definitely agree he can be the MVP of this team. I went a little bit differently. Some of the other divisions we talked about. Um, I went MVP as in just like you notice their presence on the team compared to last year, like with Pete Alonso and the Orioles, Bregman and the Cubs. Just like the
Right.
addition that they are to the team that you already had makes them incredibly valuable. So I went with Mackenzie Gore, as we talked about a little bit in the beginning, that new trade asset. He had a major breakout last year, 3 WAR pitching, 15 losses, but again, that's not really his fault. The Nationals were just not a very good team. And so he was,
ERA was what? 4-5 roughly.
4-1, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I think part of that is just like you said, being on the Nationals and like
yeah,
what I think you kind
you
of get some burnout towards the end of the season there.
you kind of put more pressure on yourself to do well, because if you give up 2 runs, it's a lot harder to come by when you're on the Nationals than if you're on the Rangers,
Yeah.
or another team that has a good offense. So, yeah, it can definitely pile up quick on you. But he was looking like a Cy Young favorite the first half of last year, and then, like you talked about, a little bit of burnout maybe at the end of the season. But if he can bring back that first half, kind of just trust in his offense, and get out there, I think he can have easily a 10-win season, if not maybe better, and keep that ERA sub 4 for sure. So I think he'll be a huge add for this team and very valuable in a lot of ways.
100%. All right, so moving on to the Astros, I have Brent Rooker as my team MVP.
For
Very
the A's,
easily, yeah. What did
not
I
the
say?
Astros. You said the
Damn.
Astros.
All right. For the A's, of Sacramento, they're where
Yeah,
they play Sacramento, so I'm calling them Sacramento A's for now, but
sure.
could easily be Nicholas Kurtz. Um, but I have Brent Rooker, just because I think he has like 40 homer power and he can play pretty good defense, and I don't know. I mean, it's really like I did a co MVP for the Nationals with CJ Abrams and James Wood, and I think this could be a similar situation. I think both of those guys are going to be just like absolutely firepowers for this offense. Um, Maybe I give the edge over Rooker because he's a little bit older and has a little bit more experience, but um, he's just a good hitter, professional hitter, and I think he's going to learn a little bit more and continue to get better. So, um, yeah,
Yeah. No, I did. I went with Nick Kurtz, just to cover the base, because I think he is the most talented player on this team. I think he has potential to be just one of the best players in the league, and that's that's a lot of talk for somebody who's only played 117 MLB games.
yeah,
Rookie of the year. I don't know what the voting splits were, but I would imagine it was not close. He got MVP votes as well. Silver
yeah,
Slugger. His 162 game pace was 50 home runs, and he was batting 290, OPS over 1,000. So he was just doing it all. I mean, slugging
yeah.
619 is ridiculous for your rookie season.
I
The
I
kid,
I do worry a little bit about like his sophomore slump. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, I mean that's just like pitchers figuring out how to throw to you, and like
yeah, they'll
almost
pick you apart a little
everybody,
bit.
almost everybody's going to experience that. So I wonder if kind of first half of the year he kind of struggles and then he adjusts uh
Yeah,
to the adjustment. So maybe
yeah,
that's another reason I went with Brent Rooker, but I seriously think Nick Hurts is going to be like his ceiling is like Freddie Freeman. Like that's
yeah.
how good this guy is.
Yeah, his potential is incredibly high. I mean, five and a half WAR in 117 games is ridiculous. I mean, you've seen the 6 for 6, 4 home runs. The swing is like just beautiful. Yeah, the sky's the limit for this kid. I think he's the MVP by
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. All right. Astros, I got Hunter Brown. God just throws gas. Um, just such a good pitcher. Um, I mean, what did he come in Cy Young voting? Like three, I think. Yeah, I think he was third in Cy Young voting.
Yeah, he
Um,
was third.
yeah.
Scoop will
Kind
crochet.
of also just kind of came out of nowhere a little bit. So we kind of talked about these surprises, but first start he had 9 strikeouts and in a no decision, I think 4.5 or 4 2/3 innings pitched. Threw 100 pitches in his first outing there. Um, with the Astros against the Angels, but um, what is he now? He's 27, kind of hitting his prime there, and so I think he'll come out in shell and be another top 3 pitcher in the AL, maybe even league if he keeps this
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, he's a stud for sure. Yeah, I'll go to my MVP. I went with Jeremy Pena.
Yep.
We've seen him over 4 full years now in the MLB. His rookie freshman season, World Series MVP, in that 2022 World Series. So he got exposed to that high level of baseball very early, which I think has proved very useful for him. After that rookie season, I mean, you could say he went down. His OPS plus dipped a little bit. He was considered an under average hitter for those 2 seasons, but last year had a huge step up. OPS went to 840. OPS plus went to 132. Very much above average. He got MVP votes, first All Star game. So I think he carries that momentum into this year, continues to get better. I mean, we know what he can do defensively, very sound. And if he keeps up the offensive production, he's gonna be a menace. So I got Jeremy Pena as my Astros MVP.
Yeah, he puts the bet on the ball.
Yeah,
Like you mentioned those numbers. They're pretty good for you know, um how young he is and um his favorite player growing up as was every single shortstop was Derek Jeter.
yeah,
Um and I think he kind of models his game after him a little bit and has some pop to him as well, don't hang a slider or anything like that. Um so I think he breaks out this year, like really, really breaks out.
yeah,
We see those power numbers kind of go through the roof a little bit, and um, shoot, I mean, might be an early call here, but maybe a 900 OPS guy. I know
yeah.
that's
I
kind of
mean,
a crazy number, but and you
you can
don't see it
definitely
a
see
whole
it.
lot in the league, but yeah,
Already was at 840 last year. If he gets the slug up a little bit, he'll be there pretty easily. So
big
wouldn't be
time.
shocked.
No, he's honestly one of my favorite players in the game.
He's
Um,
a lot of fun to watch.
yeah, Astros have a lot of guys like that, to be honest.
Yeah,
As much hate as they might get for a certain thing that happened in 2016,
yeah.
um,
Some
or
some trash
2017.
trash can things and whatnot.
They probably did it in 2016 as well, to be honest. Um,
Probably.
but they have a lot of likable guys, and he's a ball player. Great glove too. We didn't mention that.
Yeah,
Um,
a little bit we did. But
yeah,
yeah, defensively, very sound.
he's a wizard. So, um, I love that pick from you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this next one should be easy. We got the same
Yep.
dude for Angels MVP.
Yep.
Zach Zachary. I don't know if his full name is Zachary, but I would assume it is Zachary Neto.
Let's
Um,
take a look. Let's see.
yeah, find out his full name.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the least we could do, like respect wise.
Yeah, I remember um, when he first got called up. I think he was the shortest ever from MLB to or from minors to MLB. He had
Really.
only played. I think this is true. I'm pretty sure he only played like 50 minor league games or something.
So his full
Let me
name
fact
is
check that.
Zachary. Zachary is
Okay,
the
that
full
tracks.
name. I mean, he's 25 right now.
Yeah, very young. Do.
Just kind of like very similar player almost to Jeremy Pena. Um, it's just a guy you want leading off for you. Like you see the lot now with like the power hitters leading off, but he's just kind of like a contact guy, get on base for you, and good speed, good contact, and then you throw a fastball or hang a slider, he's gonna bang you. Um,
Yeah,
just hope he stays healthy. Really, that's the main thing for him. But um, how's that fact check coming?
yeah. So he played. Let's see. Was drafted in 22. Played 37 games. That season in the minors, and then got called up 2023 after was that 11 games? So yeah, he played less than 50,
50, yeah.
less than 50 minor league games. So he came up in a
Wow.
hurry.
I feel like
Um,
Harper couldn't have been that much longer though.
I bet he was. I mean, it takes mm, until like the past few years, it's taken like multiple years for even the best of the best to get up. Um, you can check on Harper. I'll go through some of Nito's stats real quick.
Yep.
But I mean, the kid just mashes. One of the best gloves you'll see. I mean, he turned a triple play last year in like
Yeah.
3 seconds. I mean, the ball was hit just perfectly to him, but still very clean.
That takes
Um,
talent, bro.
yeah, right man,
Hey,
right
as
spot.
somebody who turned a double play as a lefty second baseman, it ball was hit right to me, and I just ran over to second, didn't even flip, and it was electric. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, his rookie season. I mean, he got called up pretty early. There was some question there. Batting average wasn't quite there, but the glove was good enough to they were like, all right, we're just gonna let him roll. They brought him up, they kept him up. Only played 84 games that first year. Still got 1.6 WAR, but the following 2 seasons, last year and 2024, both 5.1 WAR. Batting average going up each year. 257 last year, OPS of 793 last year. Um, Stolen bases 30 and 26 in those 2 seasons as well. Just really getting it done all over the place. Can hit for pop a little bit too. 23 and 26 home runs.
yep.
So yeah, I mean, his glove is very good, and the offensive production is very much going in the right direction. You know, it takes a lot of time
I,
to lock in that major league level hitting, but he's getting there, and it's pretty solid to see.
I'm trying to think of who he reminds me of. Maybe like a Starling Castro a little bit. Um, yeah, I think that's probably the fair comp there.
Yeah, I mean, he could get 30-30 this season, and
Yeah,
like I don't know if anybody's like talking about that, but he's very close to 30-30 in the
yeah.
past 2 seasons, and he could easily get it this year.
If he is somehow in your free agency for fantasy baseball, go pick him up right now.
Yeah,
Moving on, kind of to most improved players for the Mariners, I have Randy Arozarena. Um,
Brandon.
I just think, I mean, we talk a lot about setting and kind of settling into a spot, and so I think Randy now, a couple of years now in Seattle, and I think he's a couple years older now, and so he's going to be focusing more on getting bat on the ball and plate discipline and stuff like that. Sliders away though are his Achilles heel, and um, I think that is going to be like an important factor, and just seeing how he comes out of the gate swinging the bat. Um, and not swinging at balls and stuff like that. But if he doesn't, and he's a little bit more patient than he's been the last couple of years, that's just another guy in the middle of that order that you're kind of scared of because when he makes contact, dude, that ball flies. So I like Randy. He's always been a fun player.
Yeah,
Um, you know, during the WBC with Mexico, that was pretty awesome what he was doing
yep,
there. Kind of sad to see that he wasn't playing during the WBC this year, but um, he's one heck of a player. When he's healthy and uh, when he's patient at the plate. So I think he can be this year. I think this is his year to kind of take control and kind of grow a little bit on that plate discipline path.
yeah. Brandy did play in the WBC. We're just talking about the
Oh, did
playoff
he not?
portion of
Okay.
it. They just didn't make it to the bracket.
Okay, gotcha.
He did play in the pool though.
Okay.
Yeah, but for me, I am going with Bryce Miller. Had a very good 2024 campaign, but last year the wheels just kind of fell off. Negative point 0.8 WAR, 4 wins, 6 losses, nearly a 6 ERA. Um, Not entirely sure what happened. I mean, there was some injury, I think. Um, and I think the most glaring difference was that his walk numbers were way up and his strikeout numbers were way down. So he just didn't have it how he usually does. Um, and he was just kind of getting lit up. So I think he has a big bounce
Mhm.
back year because we've seen what he can do. Very talented pitcher in this very good staff. I think he has a big bounce back this year. They
Yeah,
fix
there's
whatever
a.
was going on. Yeah.
I'm gonna share my screen here just so you guys can see this, but this is a pretty blue Statcast sheet here.
Yeah.
Um, wow, average exit velo of 92.4 was 1 percentile. Not quite what you want to see. What's Arsenal looking like? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think he's too good to be this bad, if that makes sense.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely.
like you don't go from 2.94 to also obviously injuries. Like what he
Yeah.
only made however many starts, but um he's too good to be looking this bad. And I think with injuries it's just kind of hard to catch a groove, and
Yeah.
kind of gain momentum. And sometimes people come back from injuries like, yeah, let's go. I got momentum because I'm back in the game, or they come
Yeah.
back
I
and
don't
just
I don't think he was fully right last year.
no.
Because it just there's yeah, the few starts that I watched, it was very much just he couldn't find it. Like not even his fastball. Like he just couldn't find any of his pitches and locate them. Hence why his walk numbers were way up. I mean, yeah, but I think
Yeah.
he does have a bounce back this year.
Yeah. I think a full spring training after,
Yeah,
injury kind of reeled injury kind of plagued season really kind of it's a reset. Like there's no rush to like get back, and especially like Seattle was in a playoff spot, right? So like they're fighting for a playoff spot, and you gotta kind of come back and like, you know, be your full self instead of coming back to a team that's like not really in it, or like automatically in, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
I think that has something to do with it. And so like a full kind of reset and being able to pitch in spring training and having a full off season definitely is going to help him out.
for sure.
For the Rangers, I have Wyatt Langford. Kid hit what, 6 bombs in spring training so far this year. Um, just was an absolute animal. Um, once again, kind of similar to, I mean, he didn't really even have that bad of a year last year, in my opinion. Um, uh, let's see what was going on last year. Um, yeah, I mean, played 134 games back-to-back seasons, so you want to see that go up a little bit. Average down from 253 to 241. OPS went up, on base percentage went up, and so did the slugging and OPS. But I just think he kind of just has a better season. Uh, he actually 22 homers, 62 RBIs. I just think he kind of takes that next step up. I think you see 30 homers, and I think you see kind of a higher batting average and a little bit out of them. Him.
Yeah,
What third year in the league now this is. Um, so I don't know. I just think kind of like around that third to fourth year, you kind of just kind of figure it out. You learn how to hit a little bit more, um,
yeah,
and I think having Corey Seager in that lineup as well just helps. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think he won Rookie of the Year, didn't he? Right in 2024, right?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I don't want to be wrong here. Let's see awards.
Stat check.
View more awards. Rangers Rookie of the Year, so not actual Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, no,
Nope.
he
Yeah.
he finished seventh in rookie of the year
Okay.
voting.
Okay. Well, I'm wrong there, but I think he's gonna have a good year. And I think he's gonna be most improved for the Rangers.
Yeah, I like that. He's definitely shown flashes. I mean, as early as that World Series run in 23. Anyways, I will go to my most improved player for the Rangers, Jack Leiter. We've seen him now for a full season. A lot better last year getting that kind of full season underway. Because in 2024, when he came up for a few starts, it was not good. Nearly a 9 ERA that year. Just absolutely getting hit around left and right all over the place. But last year, sub 4 ERA in 29 starts, was able to get 10 wins under his belt. Finished seventh, similar to Wyatt Langford in Rookie of the Year voting. So I think he kind of finds his groove this year. We've seen a flash, but I think this year we can get the consistency and he'll take that step up. I mean, everybody talked about this kid 2023, 2024. Everyone is very excited for him through the draft, through his coming up in the minors. And I hope this is the year we see it all come to fruition. And yeah, this Ranger staff could just have another very, very talented
Oh,
pitcher on their hands.
yeah, I agree. Um, I mean, it also like Lighter, man, that it's a pretty damn good pitching name.
Yeah,
And he's in a pretty damn good pitching family, so he'll figure it
yep,
out this year, and um, you know, he's got a chance to be a two or three in that staff for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I mean, he's got like DeGrom to learn from too. Like, how cool is that? Having somebody who, for a few years before like all the injuries, like DeGrom was one of the best pitchers that we had ever seen or thought we might ever see. So being able to be in the same staff as Jacob DeGrom and like learn from him is going to be huge for his development.
yeah. Um, he's 89th percentile in extension. Um, which is pretty interesting there. And um, expected batting average is 235. That's 57th percentile. His fastball run value is 90 percentile, which is great. And his fastball velo is 97.
Yeah,
Um, so he's just got crazy movement on a lot of his pitches. And um, yeah, I think you're right. I think he breaks out this year and kind of finds his way a little bit.
yeah. Oh, so
For the Sacramento A's, I have Lawrence Butler being the most improved player. Um, I don't know. I've been a fan of this kid for a while. For a while, like the year before last year, he was just hitting the ball so hard. Let me just double check on the exit velos here a little bit. Um, kind of how he did last year. Yeah, I mean last year had a good year, 21 homers, 234 average was a 234 average was a little bit down from last year. You kind of want to see that go up. Average on base percentage and slugging and OPS all went down. Um, but yeah, also moving to a new ballpark. Like I don't think people kind of take that into account. It's like that's got to mess with the
yeah,
mental.
oh
But
for
he's still
sure.
like an unbelievable defender. Um, and he's got that right field on lock. So, uh, what is it now? One, two, three, yeah, fourth year in the league. So kind of we're looking at these guys in the AL West that are third, fourth year in the league here, and um, hoping that they can kind of you know learn from their mistakes earlier on in their careers and grow.
Yeah, yeah. No, I like that pick a lot. One of the most fun defensive players to watch in the league, I would say. And the bat's there. It's getting there as well. So yeah, like that pick a lot. For my most improved, I went with Luis Severino, who's been in the league for a
Yeah,
minute now, um, but just really hasn't been the same since he had back-to-back All-Star years in 17 and 18, I believe, both with WARs above or at four, at or above four WAR. So he has been a very good pitcher and received Cy Young votes. Um, but since those 2 years, he has just really not been the same pitcher. Um, so, I mean, in the WBC, we saw him start against USA. He was nasty and he was throwing like 3 miles an hour harder than he typically does. So, like, he's got something left in the tank. I'm not sure what it is, but he's just, I mean, MLB is a long season. I guess you can't expect him to be chucking 98 every game. So he kind
No.
of sits around 95. But there's more in the tank. I think last year was weird for him with playing at the Sacramento field. His home away splits were very interesting. In that Sacramento park, batters against him were slugging nearly 800, but on the road, they were slugging almost just above 600. So that's like a 180 point difference between the home and road splits. So, yeah, I mean, that is a very, very large difference. Something about
Yeah.
that home A's ballpark was just not treating him well. Um, and so there's a good chance we still see that, but I do think he takes a step up, maybe figuring something out, changing something, digging a little bit deeper into that tank that we saw at the WBC. I don't know what it is, but I think he makes some changes, and we see a big season from him this year.
Yeah, big time. Um, Kind of moving on to the Astros here. I have Cam Smith as my most improved. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't really want to say improved as much as just like it's gonna have a better season than he had last year.
Yeah,
Um, he's just got raw bad skills. Bat
yeah,
speed is in the 84th percentile, and his sprint speed is 95th percentile, which is pretty crazy. Arm strength, he's got a cannon. He's a great fielder. Um, kind of just dealt with young player things and but in the kind of time that he came up last year, 500 or 450 at bats, 104 hits, nine homers, eight steals and stuff like that. And so I think being an active part of this offense this year is going to be huge for him. And if he could just get on base, kind of reminds me of Jeremy Pena, to be honest.
yeah,
Um, so I think there are numbers here that support that he'll be kind of a better hitter than he was last year.
yeah. I mean, the talent is for sure there. It's just consistency and longevity. So I think he definitely can put it all together and be a very good player going forward. Um, for my most improved player, I went with somebody who we've seen do it time and time again. Jordan Alvarez. Obviously, he's proved that he is one of the best hitters in the game. This is more so
Like big poppy level. Like
yeah. I mean, this is more so most improved player in the sense that he didn't play that many games last year.
yeah,
48. Everyone was saying, all right, whenever Jordan comes back, this team is going to be different. And then that date just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And then it just didn't matter because the Astros were not in the position to compete anymore. And I think him being back this year is going to be huge. I think we see that old Jordan that we've seen from years before, just hitting bomb after bomb. And I'm excited to have him back in the MLB this year. So I think he
yeah,
improves, aka just plays a full season and comes back healthy, and goes back to being the Jordan that we know and love. So yeah,
yeah. That's just such a big bat to have now, if you're the
absolutely.
Astros in the middle of that order. Um, and has that kind of experience of being in the World Series and being in the playoffs. And if you kind of put this team in a position to make a run, um, where they're fighting for a playoff spot, I bet you Jordan's in the middle of that and is able to kind of push them into the wild card and even into a not a division one, I guess, but maybe you never know with this division.
Yeah,
So for last but not least, well, I guess for this division, but the Angels, I have Grayson Rodriguez as my most improved player. Uh, you know, Acquired in a trade for Taylor Ward from the Baltimore Orioles. Um, it was kind of just like surprising that the Orioles traded Grayson Rodriguez for uh, you know, Taylor Ward and stuff like that because he was supposed to be kind of like their ace guy. Um,
yeah,
and kind of had some injury trouble and stuff like that. But last year, or sorry, 2023, he had mid four ERA and then 3.86 the following year. Um, and there's a whole bunch of red, dude, in this uh baseball savant, which I recently added to the favorites in my dashboard for my
Huge.
laptop. So I've just been looking at guys and
Yeah.
um yeah, I really, really like this guy. His off-speed run value is 91st percentile. So he'll spin the hell out of the ball. Fastball velo is 82 percentile. Chase percentage is 71 percentile. Whiff percentage is 82 percentile. Walk rate is 62 percentile, and then extension is 97
Yeah.
out of the kids. So there's so much to like here. He is 26, so he's kind of got to get it going. And I think this is the year that he kind of establishes himself as a um, number one and number two in the Angels rotation.
Yeah. Ho ho ho. This Angels team.
Green
There's a lot of
Giant.
guys. There's a lot of guys you can talk about. For my most improved, I went with Ben Joyce. Um, one of those arms that when they were coming in, we were like, oh my gosh, another guy. This guy can throw 105. One of the hardest throwing pitchers you'll ever see. Um, Another guy similar to Nito, we talked about with Zach Neto, how he came up very quickly. Ben Joyce also came up very quickly. He was drafted in was it 22 or 23? But he made his first MLB appearance in 2023, and he was drafted in 2022. Yeah, so
23. Oh, yeah, 2022. Yeah.
yeah, drafted in 22, made his first appearance in 23. So a very quick rise for Ben Joyce. Throws super hard, but with velocity, as we've seen time and time again, health concerns arise. So
Yeah.
last year was only able to throw in 5 games. So if he can stay healthy, come back strong, I think he can be a big piece in this pitching lineup. I think he's more of a bullpen guy for them. I think they've experimented here and there. Looks like he's only had one start, so yeah, mostly
Yeah.
mostly closing and whatnot. But if he can come back and stay healthy, 2024 we saw him with a 2.08 ERA.
Yeah.
It's hard to hit 105. So if he can stay healthy, he
Yeah.
can come back. He'll be very much improved and very much a big part of this roster. So
I
I hope
mean, I mean that
hoping to
hard
see that.
hit rate is you go to 2024. That hard hit rate is not like he's not being hit hard at all.
Yeah,
Lot of red in this 2024 season for him. So
yeah,
um I think he continues that. Um and I think he yeah, I agree that he's gonna have a bounce back here for sure.
yeah. Looking forward to it.
So that will wrap things up for I guess the division recaps essentially.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
last one. Go listen to the other ones if you have not. And if you
yep.
have, stay tuned as we get into opening week talk. As the season goes on, we'll bring back the beloved segment. Shoot, what was it called? This is bad.
Studs and duds.
Studs and Duds. Oh, I'm so excited for Studs and Duds to come back.
Also, let us know what you think about the new theme song.
Yes, indeed.
So definitely not made with AI.
Mr.
Um,
Editor over there.
but before we leave you guys, of course, we're gonna run you with some stat pad here and
Yes, sir.
um
Got to do some games and stuff. You know how it
yeah,
is.
so we didn't do so well on this last week. And that's okay. So this week we're gonna lock it in. Let's do this, baby. So we have hits 2005 to 2015. Um, I don't know when Adam Jones played, but Cal Ripken, I don't know when he retired. This might be just yeah, okay, no. 2001 he retired, so obviously I don't know though. JG Hardy, maybe.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just
A-
pure hits,
Adam
guys.
Adam Jones too.
Yeah, Adam Jones could be good.
I don't know when Manny was drafted.
Mm,
2012. So like would 2014 have been a year that he got a lot of hits?
potentially.
Because he was a borderline all-star 2014, 2015, and then he was traded to the Dodgers, I want to say like, you know,
Yeah, I like 15,
18 maybe.
8.
'Cause
Was he up?
he struck out to Chris Sale to lose the World Series, I remember. Best moment of my life.
Yeah, I think
I
I think
don't
we go
hate this.
Machado.
Yeah. He must have been injured or something.
Oh,
Miguel Tejada. Damn. Oh, that hurts. Dude,
we
no way.
we just got sandwiched so hard.
That's just brutal, man. Yeah, he had to have been injured, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
that's tough.
wow.
That's tough. We were there. We were there.
I'm watching this Duke UConn game, which you guys have already seen. You probably know the winner of the national championship, as a matter of fact, by the time we upload this. But um, yeah, dude, UConn's down by 3 now with 4 minutes left. So sheesh.
Malachi Smith, baby.
Come on, baby. That Mally
Let's
magic.
go.
I need
Let's
Duke to
go.
win so I can win my bracket challenge. But
Valid.
anyway, 2025 outfield Soto, I think is the one that comes to mind here for me.
Yeah, outfield. Minnesota's always there.
Acuna was injured for a little bit, came back a little bit later.
Uh,
I think it's kind of obviously Soto.
yeah,
I mean, he had a down year, but he just had a whole bunch of at bats. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Nimmo.
no, Nimster. I mean, 2 more
James,
hits. It's nothing
yeah.
crazy.
James Wood, I knew would be up there as well.
Yeah,
All right, this is good. I like this one. Kansas City
the
Royals
Royals. Let's
2000 to
go.
2020. Yeah, Mike Moustakas, but he kind of struck out a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Alcides Escobar.
Whit
Yep,
Merrifield was the hit king for many, many years.
I like that.
I think like 18, 19,
19, I'm thinking 19 to be honest.
19. Yeah, bang. Let's go.
Mike Sweeney.
Mike
Wow.
Sweeney. Fun fact: I've met Mike Sweeney. Actually,
Really?
before I started working for the Royals, I had met Mike Sweeney. I did this
Wow.
youth baseball camp. It was a Catholic youth baseball camp at high school, like 30 minutes from my house, and it was like he was running it for like sixth, seventh, eighth graders. And so we just like would go. Started with like mass in the morning. It was electric, and then we just like run drills all day with Mike Sweeney and some of his coaching friends and stuff. So that was
Dude,
super
that's
cool.
sick, bro. We gotta get him
Yeah,
on the
I have a
pod, dude.
yeah, yeah, I have a flick with him when I was little. So we'll see. We'll see if he's ever in Arizona while I'm there. I'll have to talk to him. But
Yeah. Hey, we'll pop that on the screen if we can find it.
gosh,
All right, so hey,
I'm so
yeah,
middle.
yeah, we got sandwiched the first one here, but for last two we're kind of doing well. So,
Yeah,
um,
Machado is tough.
2025
um,
outfield. Um,
I mean, it's hard not to go like Shohei here.
did Shohei play?
Um,
Did Shohei play outfield at all though? That's my question.
probably. I guess I don't think he's played outfield in a while.
Yeah, Tatis,
Um,
obviously.
was Corbin Carroll healthy all season last year? I think he
Yeah, he
was.
had a healthy season.
Um,
I
Tatis.
don't hate him in that.
Tatis is safe, I think. I'd say Tatis or Corbin.
I like Tatis to be honest.
Let's do it. Fernando,
Oh,
bang! The boys are back.
Helio Ramos out of the kid.
Elliot Ramos.
Wow. All
Huge. All
right,
right.
Tampa Bay 2015 to 2025. Longoria, of course, comes to mind.
Yeah, Longo's king over there. I mean, Wander Franco for a brief stint, but I don't think he ever was quite that good.
All right,
Um,
so
I think
there's a lot of
Longo.
years here. Yeah, probably like 2017, maybe, or probably 2015. Let's go 2015. I like that.
That's good.
Oh,
Good, good,
come
good.
on, dude.
Give me that.
Yandy, yeah.
Andy. Yeah,
And we just
pretty.
once again kind of got the wrong year with Evan here. Damn it, dude.
No, that's
Hey,
that's good. We got messed up on
dude,
Manny
we,
Machado.
we,
That's just
we
tough.
would have been so good, dude.
Yeah, that was a good that was a good I guess not grid, it's a good stat pad.
Yeah.
What's the
Um,
click on target there? What's the like target score? Did we beat it? 534. Go back. Go back home at the bottom.
uh,
What do we get?
oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
we cooked.
come on now, right?
We need that.
Ugh.
We should have had like 852 because
Yeah,
Manny
dude.
Manny just had to get injured.
Come on,
What the
dude.
heck, man?
Um,
Dang.
well, that'll do it for this episode. We're gonna hit the showers and see you guys later. Peace.
Right on the bases. Let's go.
Ah.